All right, wanted to take a moment to explain what's happening in my little head and in my world, and lots of creation happening, and most importantly, some really awesome offerings that I wanted to share with you, and also a little bit about the why, my why, and why I chose to create these offerings and why they're so important to me. First, I just want to mention that I am incredibly um, grateful to be going through a really big transition period in my life. Choosing to look at it as nothing but a great opportunity, nothing but a chance for me to truly take my power back and walk into the person that has been whispering at me for a long time. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I feel like my meditation practice, especially, has allowed me to finally, because anybody that knows me knows that I am not like a sit down and meditate type of person, but I feel like I have finally been able to get to a place where I can feel comfortable in listening to messages and listening to things that are bigger than me, right? Perhaps my soul's messages. I like to think of them that way. And so there's been a lot of work to get me there, and I wanted to explain that. The biggest part of all of this is rewiring my brain. There's a lot of conditioning that I grew up with. There's a lot of conditioning that our world layers upon us, right? Things that we think we should be doing, things that we think that are our duty. You should go work 8 to 5, and you should get a job with benefits, and you should have two kids and get married and buy a home and all of those things. And then what happens when you do all of that stuff and then you're not happy? It's a big deal, right? Because you did everything that you thought everyone was telling you to do. But for me personally, I just grinded through all of that. I never took a moment to check in with myself about what it is that I truly wanted. I was overwhelmed, right? And so I think that just having conversations with people, that my story, I'm not alone in my story. And so I feel now than ever, for some reason, there's just a lack of resources, a lack of support. I feel that people are feeling very alone. I feel that, maybe the traditional forms of therapy or working out or whatever it is that you choose to do to try and feel a little bit better. Well, in my case, I'll just speak for myself. It just wasn't working anymore. And so I have gone on this journey to connect a little bit deeper into myself, into my body, into what my soul wants for me, into how to become more present, right? That's my why. I want to be a more present, grounded, and available human. For so many years, I grinded through life, moving really fast. My superpower in life was getting shit done. I can get so much done. Running big businesses, being super mom, being a powerhouse boss, all the things, and I'm really good at it. But inside, I was hurting, and it showed up for me in a lot of different ways, especially anxiety. I crashed and I burned. And so it was that experience that led me on a different journey, because I had all of the things, right? I had all the cars and the money and the job and the kids and the house, and I was hurting inside. And so that's not a bad thing, right? Like, I don't need to shame myself for doing what I thought I was doing right. I'm just now in a position where I get to choose differently, and I get to learn how to check in with myself about, like, what is it that I want? Like, not like what kind of car do I want or whatever, but like, what is the next aligned step that feels good for me to take right now? That's all I concentrate on now. So I've minimalized, right? Like, I've simplified. I'm trying to find ways to lighten the load. I am always sifting through, and what's more simple? What's the more simple thing? It's an energy exchange, right? Like, it's how much energy do I want to put out into this world, and how much energy is that going to take for me to do this? And Is it going to fill me up and make me feel better? Or is it going to suck me dry and leave me exhausted so that I'm just like not present again, right? So, I am doing a lot of things. My daily meditation practice is the most important part of my day. I really truly feel that helping other people learn to meditate is something that I really enjoy doing and something that I really want to do more of. When you can take away the pressure or the dreaded, kind of like negative connotation that meditation has, it's daunting, right? It's like, how are you going to make me sit quietly for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's too overwhelming. There's too much going on in my head and I can't do it. Okay, so that was me, so I get it. But there's a way, I promise you. And not only are you going to be able to learn how to do meditation on a daily practice, you are going to crave it, and you are going to learn so much about yourself when you are in that process. So when you take a moment to get quiet and just nonstop monkey mind comes in, what does that mean, right? Like, that means probably that our nervous systems are out of control. We are in survival mode. We are like total fight or flight, right? And so like, what do we do with that, right? So then the techniques of breath work and sensory awareness and mindfulness and all of the techniques that I have learned to learn how to quiet my little brain have been super beneficial for me and have really been able to propel me into a journey of just feeling a little more connected. So that's one of my offerings. I offer private meditation courses. I offer private meditation lessons. I also offer private yoga lessons. I am more interested in restorative yin slowing down type of yoga. I am not interested in putting my head behind my leg of the more asana style of yoga, which is postures. I am more interested in the act of learning how to rest. And restorative yoga offered me that deeply. I didn't know how to rest. I thought resting was Netflix and pedicures and baths, right? So what I've noticed is that now that I feel like I'm able to connect a little bit more with how my nervous system is feeling, I've noticed that I'm not relaxing. Like, my nervous system is still going, right? And then I don't want to rest because I don't know how to rest. What do you mean I'm just gonna turn off the TV and look at the trees? Like, that's weird and awkward. And so restorative yoga was a way for me to really start to be able to move my body and get into these really slow and passive and nurturing resting poses so that I can then use my breath and the tools that I've learned through meditation to slow down and rest and decompress and just, take a load off, take a moment for myself. I wasn't giving myself these gifts, and it's incredibly important. Another offering are sister circles. This is my favorite for 100 different reasons. I'll start off by saying, when I moved to Costa Rica, I was like in shambles. I had just left a big job. I had left it all. I had sold it all. This is a long story that I'll share later, but I really got into a position where I did not know what to do. I knew that I needed to be in Costa Rica. That's all I knew. And I just prayed that it would all work out. I fell into a group of beautiful women who had created a sister circle right in the middle of COVID, and it saved me. It showed me what unconditional love felt like. It showed me what support and guidance and so sisters coming together to be there for each other through really hard times. And now I facilitate these circles here in San Diego, and it's my, by far, most favorite thing to do ever. I hold them in person here in my little yoga studio in Kensington, San Diego, and I also hold them in virtually. So if people are not in San Diego, then it's perfect for you to pop on. Retreats. Woo! This is our time to celebrate, right? It's our time for these mamas to get into their power of self-worth, to give themselves a well-deserved break, to go into community with other sisters in a weekend. I have a weekend retreat in Temecula coming up I'm so excited about. And this weekend is designed to allow us all to chill and also to do some yoga, some resting yoga, and to meditate and to eat delicious, nourishing food and to hike around and to chill in the jacuzzi and the sauna and do some really awesome work together. So I'm so excited about this. This is on May 3rd through 5th, and the retreats are just going to keep on flowing in. That's a constant for me. And then the last is learning, right? So I'm offering online courses. One is a meditation course, how to learn how to create a daily practice. And then another is a longer series for people who are really in a position where they feel like they need to make a change, or perhaps they're feeling trapped. They're feeling like, ugh, my life is boring or stagnant, or I'm just like not excited about things, or like, in a position where they're just feeling a little stuck, I guess I should say. This is a 16-week course. There's 4 4-week modules. And really how this is all designed is step by step. Because I think that's what I've learned more than anything throughout this journey, is that it doesn't take a big move to Costa Rica. Because guess what? Like, you're wherever you are, there you are. There's no big change solution. It's step by step. It's baby steps. It's checking in with yourself to find, like, what is the next aligned step? I don't know. And so, like, how do you know? Like, you can't just keep doing what you've been doing. It hasn't been working, right? And so we connect inside, internally, into trusting this internal landscape, this intuition to guide us, right? To be our guiding compass. Our heads, no, I can't trust my head anymore. It's just a little outdated. So these courses help us learn how to do that. And there's a lot of information on my website. I've been working really hard. I'm super proud of it. It's been a really great project for me to concentrate on. And more than anything, I'll just end by saying this is truly the biggest joy of my life, to be involved in offering a project like this, right? This is my dream come true. And I am not going to come from a place of, I am a yogi who's got it all figured out and I am healed. No, that's not the case for me. And I hope that I'm not presenting myself that way, because I think that it's all about perspective, right? It's all about changing the perspective to truly believe that whatever is happening to you is happening for a reason, and there is a way to get out of it, or just be in it, which is probably what we all need to do. It's, sitting with your shit is some powerful medicine. And feel truly better about being able to do that, and a little bit more safe in your body, being able to do that, and a little bit more present with your kids or with your family or with whoever it is in your life. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about. This is the only thing I really want to talk about. I just want to talk about this all day long, which is why I'm doing these videos, because there is no way for me to create a blog post or, an internet article about these things that I have in my head. They've been in my head for years, and I'm here now to say them out loud and explain them and answer questions. And we do this together, right? Hand in hand. The lack of community, the lack of connection is fierce right now. Like, it is isolation, it's everyone's too busy, it's, all the things. And so I'm here to create opportunity for us to unite. So I hope I get to unite with you, and I hope I get to hear from you and answer questions and see how we can together go through this journey with a little bit more love in our heart and self-compassion, and brave in a different way. So, all right, I think that's it for now. Thanks so much for listening, and yeah, I'll be back.